the one and the only Reverend Oladamola Soares. Please put your hands together for our daddy Soares in the house.
And Reverend Kina asked me to do this session. Are we together? I'm just a support on this team. So before we go ahead, can it come up quickly? We want to there is a workbook. This is a workshop and a practical session. We expected that everyone should have a paper barrel, something on your table. So if you have your book, you can also draw it out. Actually, the session we're about to take will take you about 1 to 2 hours of quiet, solitary, personal time. So we are not expected to exhaust that in this session. We have less than 10 or 15 or 20 minutes thereabout, to do this. So the idea is to stimulate you, is to inspire you, and also help you to, do we have it up? Okay, and also help you to begin the process. So you will go back and find your 1 to 2 hours when you will sit down with yourself by yourself and talk to yourself, and reflect on it. But while that is coming up, before that comes up, I just want to share with us some deliberate or practical things that help me even at the beginning of the year. So I usually like to apply the 80-20 principle. Say 80-20 principle. So it means that 20% of your energy gives you 80% of your results. Do you understand? 20% of your investment gives you 80% of your refunds, 20% of your workload, so what does that mean to me? It means that 20% of my year actually produces 80% of the result I'll see in the year. So I like to ensure that 80% of my activities for the year, or major goals I want to achieve, I try to achieve them in first quarter. Don't move it to second quarter. Don't do, I want to start a business, start in January. I want to start a new career, because as the first quarter finish, second quarter, things start happening. This one happened to grandmother did this, grandfather, party, event. So you start getting distracted. This, people start bringing all manner of vision. Oh, one of a friend is getting married, So every other vision. So whatever you want to do, if you want the best time for yourself, people don't do many activities in January. So you have it fresh, you are hot, you have the energy. Start the year with that energy, whatever you want to achieve. Guess what happens? Along the year, when the problems of the year will definitely, no matter how much pastor prophesied that, the problems of the year, one loved one will pass on, these are, it will, they are supposed to. That's what make, life is, like you say, those are the varieties. Those are the things that spicing up. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So before those things start coming up, you are already in the core of your year. Those things have already defined how your year will go, not those events defining how your year will go. But when you leave it to second quarter, and second quarter or third quarter comes, and those things start happening, what happens? They define how your year will go, rather than aligning your visions, your goals, what you have planned to define how your year goes. So the first charge to you is that 80% of everything you want to do next year, put them in first quarter, put them there, put it there. Ensure you pursue all that you want to do between January and March. Let it be that after March finishes, I finish the year. Once you are closing my eyes like your year, so every other thing you're just trying, what happened? You have created a wave to solve on for the rest of the year. Secondly is that I call 360-degree growth strategies. So you must ensure you have specific goals for your spiritual growth, for your mental growth, for your physical growth, and then for your social growth. I say if you are able to succeed in this 360-degree, it brings about economic well-being and personal success. It is the level of spiritual growth you experience, your mental growth, what you know, who you know. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Your physical growth, your so you cannot be spiritually sound, you are mentally sound, you are the most intelligent, and you are sick. Suddenly, all of those things will become useless. So you must ensure to invest in your physical growth, your keeping yourself healthy, well-being. Then your social growth. How are you going to improve your relationship? How are you going to improve your network? How are you going to, you are the average of your you are the sum total of your closest network. This year I had to start doing, very, very deep analysis on there is somewhere, there is a network I wanted to break into. There is a circle, there is an influence I want to break into. So I had to do analysis first. Who are the people who are my closest circle? Who are the people within that influence I want to break into? Who are the people that influences me more? I had to write actually my pastors, my leaders, my mentors. Then I now started identifying this place I want to break into. Some of them not within my influence, not within my sphere. And you could just be surprised at who can introduce me into this influence, into this network. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. See, no matter how skilled, no matter how talented, no matter how sophisticated you are, there are some places you would not break into if you don't have some kind of people that will introduce you there. You can call them career sponsors, you can call them, network, and all of those kind of things. So let's run through the year quickly. At the beginning of it, so it helps you to first. What is material does is that it helps you to reflect the year. What do you reflect? You look at from the beginning. So you sit down. I told you need 2 hours. And what are you talking about? Going through the year. The first major task on it, that's on your page 4. It tells you, go through the last year calendar week on week. You sit down and look at your week on week. If you see an important event, family gathering, friendly get-together, or friendly project, write it down. So what can define on every week? For me, I think I used to do this every month. In January, what was the major thing I did in January? In January, I think it was more of church for me. Preparing church, all of the pastors' conference, preparing myself for the year. In February, I know we started our Lagos branch. In March, I came back, we were consolidating. In April, but I know, so September was Red Conference, more of, okay, and keep pushing me there. October, I was in Abuja, So I can tell you my major, and guess what? One of the things you discover is that if you want to know what is important to a man or what is important to people, don't look at what they say. Mentor, just go and look at their account statement. What they spend on most tells you where their heart truly is. So you can go back to your account statement month on month. What are you spending on more? It may tell you where your core activities are going. So you go back again, then it now tells you, this is what my last year was like. This is what my last year was about. We're going to all get this material, I think, soft copy, but this is just to help us understand how to go through it. So what was my last year like? So you look at your personal life, you look at your friends and community, you look at your physical health, you look at your habit, you look at your career, relaxation, mental health, of course, a better tomorrow. Then he now says 6 sentences about my past. We are still reflecting on 2024. So what was the wisest decision you made last year? Have you thought of that? What was the wisest decision you made last year? What was the best lesson you learned last year? What was the biggest risk you took last year? What was the biggest surprise of the year for you? The most important thing you did for others. What was the most important thing you did for others last year? What was the biggest thing you completed last year? Some people completed their house. Some people, some people ensured they got married before. So what was the biggest thing you completed last year? So 6 questions about last year. What are you most proud of in the year? What are things that made you, what were you proud of the most? Who are the 3 people that influenced you the most? Who are the 3 people that influenced you the most? And what were you not able to accomplish? What is the best thing you have discovered about yourself? What are you most grateful for? Your best moment. So there's a long canvas. You just describe your best moment. Just express yourself. Talk about how you enjoyed the year. Then what are the 3 biggest accomplishments you had? You also list them there. Then I like this next place, forgiveness. You also come to forgiveness. Did anything happen during the past year that you still need to that you need to forgive? Deeds or words made you feel bad? Or what are you angry with yourself? Write it down. Who made you angry? What are you angry about? So you need to express yourself. Then letting go. What do you need to let go? Oh, now this one now is not what you need to forgive. But what are the friends? What are the habits? What are the things you think you need to let go? Of course, the 3 Can you describe last year in 3 words? And you tell last year goodbye. Then you open up to 2025. Where is it? Can move up. So you see, and in the first page you have dare to dream. You just dream about the year. Letting go next. Let's go to 2025. So you start 2025. So the first thing is you have a canvas. Can you dream about the year? Can you think about the year? Can you look about, what do you want your year to be like? So if you're telling a story, so what is happening? Before your year begins, you're already creating a narrative of how you want your year to go. And the power of the minds. Our minds are very powerful. Our words, the words that we speak. So can you draw a picture? Can you draw a dream? Can you dream about the year? Can you express how you want, the year to go in words, in words, in words? And as you put them down, you'll be surprised. Sometimes when we do these things, January, February, March, you're following it. And sometimes we just tend to, even me, I tend to forget about it. I come back in November and I see that many times just by the place of meditating, writing, looking, you have consciously put them in you, and you just see that 80% of what you have written down, you've already achieved, and you begin to look for how can we do the next in subsequent years. Then you also come and say, this is what my next year will look like. What do you want to achieve in the next year? Personal life and family, career and studies, relationship, friends, physical, mental health and self-knowledge, a better tomorrow, habits that will define you. What are the habits that will define you? I always encourage people, ensure to have a routine. What are the habits that will define you? No matter what, no matter how, no matter, of course, one of my biggest challenges personally is that I don't know how to go to different churches. I don't know how to, but one of the things I'm sure of is that no matter what, as long as I'm in town where my church is, I must attend on specific. I may not attend, but there are specific days that everybody knows that once it's this time, I must be there. So what are your scheduled routes? What are the things that are very sacrosanct to you that routinely? Praise the Lord. So this is what my next year will look like. You ensure to write it down. What are the magical triplets for the year? I will love these 3 things about myself. What are the things you will love about yourself in the year? I am ready to let go of these 3 things this year. I want to achieve these 3 things the most. What are the 3 most important tasks? The 3 most important projects? The 3 most important big things you want to achieve? Those 3 things, this first quarter, you will achieve them. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Don't put them no, in the first 3 months, as January is starting, in January, of course, you start with the prayer. Even while the prayers is going on, that's the best time to start your business. Because you have something consecrated to pray for. Your mind is built. Your mind is, everything about you. All your energy is the focus. It's like laser focus. So you are starting the year. There are prayers going on. There is fasting. There is preparation. People are talking about you. Guess what? You'll be surprised how resources will even flow in your direction in that season. So we'll talk about what are the magical triplets, what your year. I will have the power to stay on these 3 things. What do you want the power to stay on? I will make my surroundings cozy with these 3 things. What are you going to make your environment? How are you going to, in reflecting on this even tells you what are the things that you want to gift yourself with this year. How do you want to pamper yourself? I will do these 3 things every morning. I will pamper myself with these 3 things regularly. I will visit these 3 places. I will connect with my loved ones in these 3 ways. I will reward my success with these 3 presents. Then you also talk about 6 sentences about your next year. Then what are your secret wishes? You know that, this thing, my mind not carry me to tell you, but I would like to just go to the US for holiday. Write those secret wishes. But you cannot, you don't have the boldness to write it down. But I would like to, use what's it called, Elon Musk spaceship to just go to. I would like to go to the moon. Praise the Lord. I'd just like to take a selfie in the moon. Write it down. Secret wishes. Then, and after that, you can see, I like this very well because that's the last thing.